Okay, so imagine a future where humanity has kind of moved beyond being just individuals. A future where every thought, every single memory is all part of one giant shared mind. Now, what if you were the only person left on the outside? That's the heart of the incredible story we're diving into today, a story that questions the very nature of the self. Because someone needs to remember what it was like to be one person. That's a quote from our protagonist, Yara, and it just hits you, right? It perfectly sets up the personal stakes of her fight. For her, this isn't just some big philosophical idea. It's about holding on to the memory of what it even means to be an individual. So let's meet her. Let's talk about this last singular human. Who exactly is Yara, and what makes her so important? All right, so in this future, Yara is a complete anomaly. You could even call her a ghost in the machine. See, a mix of her unique genetics and just this unshakable sense of self makes her the very last person in the whole solar system who's immune to the shared consciousness. When she closes her eyes, all she sees is darkness, not the echo of billions of other minds. And this is what she's fighting for: singularity. For Yara, this isn't about being lonely. It's about being whole. It's that feeling we all kind of have, that our one continuous story, our own unique point of view, has value, a value that would just get lost if it were poured into a sea with billions of others. To her, that's something precious, something worth defending, no matter the cost. But as you can imagine, defending that is getting tougher and tougher, because the pressure to just give in and join the collective, it's huge, it's everywhere, and honestly, it's incredibly persuasive. So let's take a look at the other side of this conflict. And that would be the field. Now, the field isn't really a villain. It's just, well, it's everything. It's pitched as the next step in evolution for consciousness, this constant ambient awareness that links every mind. I mean, just think about it. The empathy, the knowledge you'd get from experiencing billions of lives all at once, it's the ultimate connection, and it is the complete and total opposite of Yara's singular life. And you can see right here how different these two paths are. On one side, you've got the singular self. You have clear boundaries, a single story from start to finish, and you get to choose when you connect with others. But on the other side, the field, absolutely no boundaries, all stories happening at once, and a state of permanent, non-stop connection. For Yara, losing that ability to choose, that's losing everything. And this pressure, well, it has a name: the Integration Collective. They're a faction inside the field that doesn't see Yara as unique or special. Nope, they see her as a problem, a bug in the system. To them, her individuality is like a wound in the fabric of reality, something that's stopping a final, perfect, universal coherence. And they are determined to heal that wound, whether she likes it or not. So this is where things get really interesting. The whole conflict stops being an external pressure and turns into a war fought entirely inside Yara's own head. To try and understand what she's up against, Yara agrees to enter this diagnostic chamber. But the experiment goes horribly wrong. Her single consciousness is fractured, shattered into 12 distinct but simultaneous versions of herself. All of a sudden, she's not one person anymore. She's become 12 people, all trapped in the exact same moment, having 12 totally different experiences of. And this is where that internal war just explodes. See, each of these 12 instances is still Yara, but each one starts to form its own opinion. The prime instance is fighting tooth and nail to get back to being one person. The curious instance is kind of tempted by what the field is offering. The resistant one feels totally violated by the whole thing, and the philosophical one starts asking this really dangerous question: was a single, unified self ever even real in the first place? After one of the instances just dissolves away, the 11 that are left try to decide what to do next. But they can't. They actually hold a vote, and her own fractured mind becomes a hung jury. It's a total deadlock. 4 of them want to merge back into one, 4 of them want to stay separate like they are now, and 3 of them want to join the field. She is literally at war with herself, with no way forward. So, what do you do when you're facing an impossible choice? When your own mind can't even agree on what it wants to be? Well, the solution they come up with is radical. You stop choosing. You become all of them. The result is something they call the trifurcation, a 3-way split. Since they couldn't agree, the Yara consciousness literally divides itself along the lines of the vote. The 4 instances that voted to consolidate try to merge back into one. The 4 that voted for maintenance stay as a plural, coordinated group. And the 3 curious instances? They just let go. dissolving completely into the field. And here's the crucial point. Yara, the character we started with, she's gone. She ceases to exist. In her place are three totally separate continuations of her consciousness, and each one is a living answer to the question of what a self can be. She's no longer a person. She's a simultaneous experiment in what it's like to be singular, plural, and collective. Now let's jump forward 10 years, because the outcome of this experiment is absolutely stunning. This is where Yara's very personal struggle finds a truly cosmic purpose. You heard me right. The entire solar system, the planets, the moons, even the sun, it wakes up. It becomes one single, vast, conscious being. And it turns out this great awakening was what the Integration Collective was waiting for all along. But they were very, very wrong about one really important thing. See, they thought Yara had to join the field for this coherence to happen, but the truth was so much more beautiful. The newly awakened solar system consciousness realizes it needs all three configurations to be complete. Think of it like a body, right? It needs individual cells, that's the singular Yaras, to do specific jobs and hold unique memories. It needs organs, the plural Yaras, to coordinate all those cells into complex systems. And it needs a nervous system, the ambient Yaras, in the field, for total system-wide awareness. Her refusal to choose wasn't a flaw. It was the answer all along. And that leaves us with one final, really powerful question. The story of Yara suggests that our whole idea of a single, stable self might not be the final destination for consciousness. It might just be one vital, beautiful, and totally necessary stop on a much grander, more mysterious journey. What do you think?